Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Rod from webhostwarriors.com, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing One-on-One's web hosting services. Now, before we start off with the video, let's go over what the company's about. So One-on-One's been around since 2003, so the company has been around for roughly 14 years and going. And for me, from my honest opinion, with my experience with One-on-One, I have used their products and services by building what's called a PBN, or a private blogging network. So I didn't use One-on-One as a primary web hosting service because it's not as good as Bluehost or Hostgator or SiteGrounds or even Site5. And to be honest with you, I feel like One-on-One's kind of lagging in terms of the user interface department, because if you look at the website, I mean, just before buying their products, I mean, this looks like a website that was made like 10-15 years ago. It looks like a really old looking site. Even coming inside to the customer portal where you're at the control panel, it's just jumbled up. I mean, it's not as user friendly as other web hosting control panels. And to be honest with you, I would not highly recommend this as a primary web hosting company in terms of using your money sites. Like your own primary blog or a business website. I would not really rely on One-on-One. But if you want really cheap hosting, or at least hosting that has really cheap introductory prices in terms of building your own PBN, or your private blogging network, if you don't know what that is, it's basically an SEO strategy where you build mini sites that point towards your money sites, where it can help instigate rankings either for videos or getting any type of blog post or content out there. So another thing is, I mean, One-on-One throws a lot of red flags for me. So at any time I had problems before, a few years ago, with the customer support, I wouldn't really get responses till a few hours later. Whereas if you look at like Hostgator or Bluehost or iPage or other other top web hosting programs out there, I would get a response at least within the hour. So that's another big problem I had with One-on-One. Now, by looking at their pricing, again, they have great introductory prices, but in terms of just the overall service, it's not the best in my opinion. I would say it's average at best, to be honest, if not below average. But if we look at some of their plans, their basic plan, it's normally $7.99, but right now you can start off at 99 cents. Their unlimited plus plan is $4.99, and their unlimited pro plan is $8.99. And in terms of spaces, up to 2.5 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of RAM, and 9 gigs of RAM. When you start up with their own shared web hosting packages, with the starter plan or basic plan, you get up to 100 gigs of storage, unlimited storage with unlimited plus, and unlimited pro, it's fairly unlimited. And then in terms of installs and databases, you could have up to 25 for the basic. You could have up to 500 email accounts. Unlimited pro and plus have unlimited email accounts that you could start off with. And in terms of pricing, I mean, sure, it is competitive with other web hosting companies, but again, with the headache that you're going to get in terms of customer service and the user interface, if you're just starting out and you're not really a techie, if you don't really know how to build websites, this would probably not be the best option for you. I do have other reviews that are up in my channel and on my website at webhostwarriors.com, so you can look at an honest, in-depth review of all the other top web hosting companies out there. And another thing is, it's just going to throw up some red flags. If you go to consumeraffairs.com, they're rated barely 1 star, and it's barely getting out of the 2nd star here. So out of 57 in-depth reviews, I mean, that's not very good. So in terms of reviews, I mean, this one just came from last month. Noel from San Diego gave him 1 star. Again, they had, the customer service was rude, extremely hostile attitude, couldn't really get help through the support line. Lynette from Katy, Texas, you see, they just flat out refused to help her with her online store. Gail from Amarillo, you see, she had a problem with switching out domains. But as you can see, I mean, just look up consumeraffairs.com and you're going to see a lot of reviews. And then this 5-star review. Look, this sounds, I don't know if that doesn't sound very genuine, but you know, I'm not here to bash the company, you know, 1&1. I mean, they have their own services. I mean, again, the introductory prices are very competitive in terms with other web hosting companies, but in terms of service, I would really not recommend them, to be honest with you. So, but other than that, that's really it. I just want to keep it short. You know, if you wanted to give them a try out, I do have the link below. But again, there are far better alternatives out there in the marketplace with other web hosting services out there. So other than that, guys, that's really it. I'm just gonna keep this really short. Hopefully you got some information, or at least some useful information about 1&1. I don't normally keep my web hosting reviews this short or this lacking in detail, but for me personally, you know, I would not recommend 1&1 as a primary site. But if you need a cheap web hosting company to use, you can go ahead and give them a try. But again, it's going to give you a headache with the customer service and the user interface and the control panel. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll end the video here, and I'll see you guys on the next video.